Hi Scorpio. Welcome to your Mercury direct reading. Scorpio said I don't give a fuck about these September readings, but I'm getting my Halloween reading. That's all I know. And you are. You are definitely getting your Halloween reading, inshallah. And it will be dope. Alright, so Venus went direct on the 3rd of September. And Jupiter went retrograde on the 4th of September. And you know what you want? You want control back. You want control back from your relationship trauma. You want control back from the narrative that other people have taken and run with. You want to feel, once again, that you are the captain of this ship. And not being so has been very difficult for you. Now, there is a serious relationship either looming or a serious breakup looming. We want to wait to make a final decision on anything until December. I'm not saying drag something out that's not working. I'm saying that you may feel very differently in a few months. So if you can take a break in a healthy way from a partner that just now you don't seem to be getting along with, great. If there seems to be someone who has potential around, I'm not saying put them off. I'm saying do not make any serious decisions yet. Just sit back and watch. Not so much that something about them will be revealed, but just about your own feelings. We want to watch ourselves right now because you haven't had control of your relationship life for a while now. And now that you gain that control back, we just want to see how you react. We want to see what version of you comes up. That's all. So it's not about being untrustworthy. It's not about being paranoid or having a negative view of anyone that may come into your life or that is in your life right now. We just want to make sure that the version of you that emerges now is someone who understands the romantic aspect of life as well as the practical aspect of life, as well as where the meeting of the two, the intersection of the two can cause some drama when we don't want to live in the more practical aspects. The laundry is there. You know, the laundry has to be folded. The things have to happen even though we are in the midst of something whirlwind and romantic or heartbreaking and dramatic. There are still things that need to be done. So the version of you that's been getting stuff done because the drama has been out of your control, that version of you now is privy to your relationship life, has a little more control over your emotions, and we just want to see where that balances out to. We want to get a read on ourselves before any big decisions are made, and we don't really know what's going on until December. You're relearning yourself through this process of retrogrades. And it's exciting and not at all dangerous as long as you are very slow, loving, simple, and don't expect a lot from yourself. Just allow yourself to show. Now, allow yourself to be and watch. Now, what else? This breakup that is imminent, whether it's between you and a lover, you and a business partner, a friend that finally you just like can't deal with anymore. The way to deal with this energy is really to look across from you in the axis and be as unapologetic as the Taurus is when they don't want to deal with someone anymore. You've seen this in action before. You've seen Taurus rising, put their foot down. I'm a Vedic Taurus. I say this all the time. A yes is a yes and it'll never be a no, and a no is a no and it'll never be a yes. Do not try to change my mind. Do not try to tempt me. Do not try to coerce me or talk me into anything. It's not going to work. Actually, it's going to make me really angry because my sense of self is what determines the yes or the no, and my sense of self is very solid and very grounded. This is the energy that you want to approach everyone with when it comes to cutting people off, moving people out of your way, breaking up with people. This is the gold standard. I care about myself and I'm leaving. And that's it. I actually had a Scorpio rising watch me break up with someone last week. And she was like, after watching you do this, I will never do it any other way. This is the only way. And I think what she meant, what she observed in that moment was just the absolute surety. Like, I don't want to leave any room for you to think that something else could happen. I don't want any door to be left open. I don't want you thinking there's any chance. There's no chance. There's no chance. If there was a chance, we wouldn't be breaking up. Right? So you want to be very clear. Now, when it comes to finances, the Fool and the Hierophant are really great cards as well, because there is unexpected money coming in. Actually, it should have started coming in when Mercury went direct 2 days ago. So financially, things get better and better. Unexpected, kind of, random, but still, we love it. Now, moving on. Your resources and how you spend them. And are you spending too much? This is a big theme for October until December. From now until December is like one long period, which is why the Halloween videos will be so fun, because it gives us a chance to take a more fun and more playful look at the archetype that is you, as opposed to doing like the astrology for the month. From now until December, until Jupiter goes direct, it's like one long period where things are pretty much the same. For you, what is being scrutinized the most at this time is how you spend money, and if you're doing so foolishly. But it's nothing to worry about, because you can pretty much feel this already in the first 2 days of Mercury being direct, and you already know what you have to do. So it's not a big deal. You have a lot of discipline in your personality, which is honestly one of the things that I love most about you guys. You have a lot of discipline in your personality. And you can use it, your stubbornness, you can use it when you want to in the most positive ways. So not spending money is how you're going to be using it. No foolish purchases, especially not when you're worried about love interests or attraction or anything like that. Don't use money to make this side of yourself feel better. Now, when it comes to this, can you rely on anyone? This connection that you have with people where you can give to them, can you take from them too? Over the next 3 weeks, you find yourself thinking hard about the quality of what you give, but also the lack of what you may be getting back. And it may actually pull you into a very Virgo place where you are a little bit behind. Well, Vedic Virgo space, let's say, Libra season, where you feel a little inward and a little hurt by the people around you for whom you've made many concessions, and yet you may feel that they haven't done a lot in response. In comparison, there are other people in your life that you may feel have done so very much, and they don't even know you that well. And it makes you reconsider who you're friends with and how your friendships evolve and what you give and what's the basis, what's the nature of your giving. What is it based on? And that you're thinking about already with love and money. So it makes sense that it'll also come up in friendships. Now, that unexpected money when Mercury goes direct means that good news, that money, it doesn't necessarily come in right now. It's just news of that money coming in, news of that job coming in. It fully culminates in December, but now begins the road to that prosperity and success, inshallah, which is beautiful. It's also time to make peace with an aspect of your past, very much this air sign energy for some of you, that you have perhaps been using as an excuse to not look at yourself or not do any sort of improvement or not have to evolve. Because as long as you're blaming somebody out there for your pain, your hurt, your inability to move forward, as long as you're doing that, Well, you're giving that person an enormous amount of power. Maybe you don't care about that at all, but you're also just stagnant, right? For no reason, because it's not this person's fault any more than it is just your fault. It's a collective thing, whatever happened, whatever trauma, whatever person you need to move forward from. It was a collective thing between the two of you. It was a group effort. And now it's time to move forward, and it's time to move forward into great abundance. But this person, this hang up, this past, it's like a bad habit for you. And you've got to decide now, do you want your bad habit, or do you want abundance and financial freedom and happiness? Because your personal life and the things that you're focusing on are definitely affecting your money. So this person and the nostalgia around them, even if it's remorse, it's destructive and addictive, and you get pulled into it really easily. And you've got to do some hard work over the next 2 months to extricate yourself from this and put yourself in a better mindset purposefully. That's what this is about. This is saying this is your choice, and it's a choice you're going to have to make. You can stay here. If you stay here in December, you'll be here for another 1.5 years. But if you're able to switch it up and understand that whatever, whomever, whatever it was, it's over. How it happened, why it happened, whose fault it was, they deserved it. Enough with the Scorpio shit. Enough. Just let it go. You don't want to hang on to this for another 1.5 years. Just let it go. I know it's really irritating because well, you're a Gemini, you could just let shit go. Geminis don't let shit go. I'm a Cancer rising. Cancer risings don't let shit go. I'm saying the reason you need to let it go is not because you should, because it's the right thing to do. It's not the right thing to do. Whatever you're thinking about this person or this thing, you're right. It's the selfish thing to do to let go of it now, so you can get somewhere. Let's put the right thing to do aside and, stop playing Captain America for a second and just do what's good for us. Just this once. I only get like this with you guys because you would put your own happiness and your own acceleration and evolution aside for 1.5 years, just if it meant you got to say the thing or do the thing because that's the right thing, and because enough. No, just leave it. Walk into your success. Allow yourself, let yourself succeed. Let yourself be happy. Let yourself move on. Let yourself. Nobody is holding you back. Only you. Okay? Mars is in Libra. It's time to take care of yourself. For a lot of people, nothing's going to happen for a while right now. And it's because it's time to, do for ourselves. Beautify yourself. Get the rest. Buy the thing. Do the thing. All the things that make you feel good about who you are. I saw a TikTok about this girl who said, for the next 3 months, I'm going to go hard on just being myself, doing what I want to, taking care of myself, working out, reading, doing whatever. Exactly. It may look like stagnation on the outside to everybody else, but they don't know what you're doing. Get in your little shell, deal with your sad thoughts, your angry thoughts, all the stuff that you want to spit out like venom, and I'm saying you shouldn't. Deal with all that, swallow your anger. And then, let's move forward. Let's build something real. Let's build something lasting. Let's build something that doesn't require you putting your blood, sweat, and tears into it every single fucking day. Let's build it around rest. Let's get a lot of rest while Mars is in Libra. Okay? A lot of rest. Let your subconscious do that thing that it does, Scorpio rising, where you don't have any control over it, and on the outside it looks like you're doing nothing. Let it do that. It's processing. Let it do that. To you on the outside, it's what the fuck is going on? Let it happen. It has nothing to do with you right now. It will make sense to you in a season, but right now, nothing. Just let it be. Just let it be. Okay, we have a lot more astrology to talk about. I have so many more notes, but just looking over this as we used to do. Remember when I first started doing these, I would take a second and just look at them. So just looking over this, you know what I see? I see a great story. I see someone who's been through quite a lot and still believes in love. I see someone who is seeing quite a lot of stuff that should scare them and should depress them, and yet their spirit is still buoyant and happy. Perhaps spending a little too much, but happy. I see someone who hasn't been the luckiest in love and yet persists and believes very deeply in it. Even when they feel isolated and alone, they can't help but be really good friends. I see somebody who has some bad habits that if they clear up, they could be much, much, much happier and much richer than they are now. But these habits seem ingrained into their belief system, into the way they see life. If I were reading this as a personal reading and I didn't have the person in front of me, what I'd say is, if you can't get out of the sadness that you define as part of your personality, if you can't extricate yourself from that sadness and separate yourself from it, you risk losing a very happy life to a very confused one. You can have venom and not identify with it. I can have a weapon in my pocket and not be the knife in my pocket. And I think that's the big takeaway from now until December, is learning who you are in the context of certain situations, who you are with and without your weapons, with and without your venom, with and without your pride, with and without your stubbornness, and with and without the easy spend. It's very lively, it's super alive. It's intense, it's dramatic, just like you. I love you. Let's look at these cards.